Hello.
Hello. Hi, good evening.
Evening.
And thank you for accepting our invite. Ayun. So,
All
hello.
right. Yeah. Should I
Welcome to
turn
the...
on my camera? Okay.
Yes, if you're
Okay.
comfortable. Ayan. Hello po. Okay.
Hello.
So, before we begin our interview, so mag-introduce muna ako. So, my name is Jelly Buen. I'm the one who contacted
Mm-hmm.
you from, ano din, na sinuggest kayo ni Gerald.
Uh,
Ayun. So, my name is Jelly Buens, and we have here Joely Gale Paz, Mark Viado, and Kate San Diego. So, before we begin the interview, so please state your name, your
Mhm.
age, and where you're from, and how long have you been a musician?
so I'm Carlo Victor Almeda. I'm from right now. I'm 21. I mean, I'm 22 already, and I'm from Bacoor, Cavite, and I've been a musician for pretty much like 5 years now. I mean, I've played music since I was younger, but just started getting into it like professionally just 5 years ago.
Okay. So, ready na ba for interview question? So, si Miss Jolie Gilpaz ang mag-ask ng question.
Hmm.
So, thank you.
Is this gonna be recorded?
Yes, this is
Okay.
record.
Okay.
Hello, so I'm Joel
Hello.
Paz. Hey. So we're going to start with the first question.
Mhm.
Can you provide specific examples of what being gatekept has done to your financial status and income potential?
So I haven't really felt that I've been gate kept. So I don't think it hasn't really affected my financial status really since I feel like I've done enough in music where I've honed like multiple skills by making my own music. So now I can pretty much provide those as a service. And like I've made enough connections where to where like established artists can find me easily and have me like work for them like in terms of producing, mixing, and songwriting and all of that. Like just the in between jobs as a musician.
Okay, so you say that you haven't, you don't feel like you've been gatekept. So do
Mhm.
you think that if you have been, will it hinder your career growth and opportunities, or will it barely affect it?
Mm, well, since I don't really feel like I've been gay cat, but like I'm still pretty much a small musician. But like even as a small musician, so like if I guess like as a small musician, I'm still able to do all of those things. So I don't think it would have affected like my financial status at all.
Do you, speaking of financial status, do you have any financial knowledge, prior financial knowledge, before becoming an independent musician?
No, not really. Until now, I still don't.
But like, what other financial knowledge? You say no, but can you expand upon that? Do you think it would have helped you to have financial knowledge?
Mm. I What do you mean by financial knowledge? Sorry.
By like, by prior financial knowledge is managing your expenses,
Mm.
learning how much money to invest in your music and how much to keep for yourself to save for your future, stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like that. So I guess I do sort of have some financial knowledge as like just as a way to, s- just to save my money and all of that. So I guess I do sort of have.
So, do you have a fan base? And if you do, how crucial is their endorsement in determining your financial well being in the music business?
So it's like definitely crucial having people spread your name at the beginning. But it's to me it's more crucial to write just really good music that touches the people. In the case of financial well-being, because it's more important that your music reaches and touches like the correct people in the industry rather than like the number, like how many people it reaches. Because like I know many artists that don't really have a huge following, have made like enough money to like just live comfortably, just doing other music related jobs.
So, do you think that there are specific behaviors that you would encourage your fans so that gatekeeping tendencies can be avoided?
Mm, I don't think there's really much you can do to forcibly tell people, like not to gatekeep, since it's sort of like inherent to people that they want to keep something special to them, like their own little secret. But you can always just go and tell people, I guess, like through TikTok, Instagram posts, or whatever, to like share your stuff. And I guess it's like, and I guess still your number one priority is still to write good music enough like that people want to share it to their friends and everything.
Have you had fan interactions where you had to correct their behavior?
Mm, like in terms of gatekeeping or whatever.
Yes.
No, not really, because I most of my fan interactions, I always get comments like "you deserve to be bigger," all of that. It's all mostly encouraging. I think most like of the gatekeeping mindset happens more in like it depends on the community or the genre of music.
So, from your perspective, how can the local independent music community collectively work against gatekeeping?
Collectively work. Hmm. So I feel like you can't really do much just by um, outright telling people to share your work. Like that will help, but what an artist can do better, I think this really mostly depends on like the artist, or just like I guess like you can like have you can talk more about like have an artist talk more about like the awareness around like the fact that artists are still real people, and like um the best thing in this case the best thing an artist can do is I guess do what they can to catch other people's attention, because like soon enough people will be talking about them. It could be either through create really good like music or aesthetics or something that'll entertain the viewers, like showing off. They could show off how they create their music, or like what I said, the reality of their life. So I guess that people will want to the people will be inclined to want to see that artist grow and get more music that they want. So there should be an incentive, like, if the artist grows more, they'll be able to make more music for the fans and all of that.
So, for you, the focus should be more on creating the art and making good art.
Yes, exactly.
So that's how you would connect to people, not
Mhm.
through like direct interactions of, hey, can you please share my music or promote my music? You prefer to let the music speak for itself.
That's for me at least. I know like it's worked the other way around too, since that's you see it on TikTok all the time. You're scrolling through and then you see someone say like, "Hey, share my music," and all. I'm a struggling artist, like all of that. Me personally, I've found that it works better for me to just make better music. Somehow people find my stuff, it and like I've I've done pretty well, all things considered, just off of that.
So, are there what are the ways that you felt encouraged or discouraged by the experience or your encounters from your fan base?
Mm, for my fan base. Wait, what was the question again? Sorry.
It's okay. Have you ever
Sorry.
felt encouraged or discouraged by the experience that you've experienced from your fan base?
I've been a lot more encouraged by my fans. I like I said earlier, I've gotten more comments saying you do this so good. I wish you blow up. I wish you get more views and all. Like you deserve a million views, stuff like that. So it's definitely been more encouraging, and from that, like I've been able to. It's that stuff sort of fuels me, and that's what keeps me going in music. Really, yeah.
So there haven't been any discouraging moments so far in your 5 years?
Oh, I guess there have been, but like it's more from just like haters and all. There's always gonna be someone that just doesn't like you. I've gotten rude comments and like people that are always like, "Oh, you're just copying this guy and you're doing that." But like I don't really think much of those since like I know I'm doing what they're saying. They just hate it. But like,
Mhm.
you know, it's just how people are, really.
Would you say that the biggest discouragement so far has been those comments? Are there other factors that have been discouraging you from pursuing music?
Not really. I've been really lucky, honestly, that like a lot of people around me are encouraging of my music and all of that.
Okay, so speaking of being encouraged in music and making you pursue it more, so how important do you view commercial success as an independent musician?
Um, and then I feel like commercial success is definitely important. There's a psychological like thing when someone sees a big number on like your streaming page or whatever, they'll think they'll respect you more seeing a bigger number. So that's definitely important if you want to get in the right industry. But it in the end, it's still about the music.
So for your personal case,
Hmm.
it's not that important to you.
Yeah, because I've had enough opportunities in music, and that helped me make a living like that without like having super big numbers and like that. But I still do have moderately okay numbers. They're good enough to that people want to like hire me or whatever. So there's I guess at the start it's a really important commercial success. Like even smallest bit, just get your name out there and all of that. But like after a certain point, it doesn't really matter that much like for financial stuff.
Okay, so that's in your case, right? But there
Mm.
are people who would like to have commercial success. And
Yes,
so
for sure.
for musicians like that, what do you think are the potential consequences for independent musicians who prioritize commercial success over their own artistic authenticity?
So I feel like that depends mostly on the artist's goals. Sometimes they just want to make money and make something that anyone can listen to, like just put it in the background, like lo-fi dance music, whatever. And they don't really care about the artistic side of it all. They just want to make money because it's yeah. And it doesn't always work. That's one of the consequences. It doesn't always work. And like if it does work, it can what I've noticed is that it always ends up like as a fad. Like it stops being popular and then it falls back into obscurity. So that's or like worse, they get mocked for it. Like
Mhm.
you see like people like just making fun of like that sort of commercially successful music that doesn't have substance. Like that's pretty much the worst. But like it depends on the goals.
So so for you, you really prioritize your authenticity more as an
Mm.
artist.
Me personally, yes.
So speaking of your authenticity, as an artist and you pursuing what you want to pursue, can you provide an example of how maybe your fan base has influenced your creative direction?
Mm, so on sort of like calling back to earlier on the discouraging stuff. Like I've said like about how I've gotten comments saying that like I sound too much like someone like I'm sort of copying another band, which they were right since I was taking heavy inspiration from them. So those kind of comments sort of wanted me to take a different direction to music. I want to stand out and have my own like voice in music, and instead of like just being a shadow, instead of like standing under the shadow of someone else. So that's basically what pushed me into a different creative direction from before and all.
So it came from the discouraging comments. How about
Yes.
like from encouraging comments, like
Yeah.
maybe fans would like request maybe a different like a song about something or anything
Mm,
like that?
I haven't. I don't really listen to those because I really like doing what I want. I don't like being told what to do. Basically.
Okay, so uh, if you have a second job, how
Mhm.
has it helped you, and or is being an independent musician enough to provide financially?
So at the moment, I write songs for game developers and a band. So I don't exactly know if that would classify as a job or as a second job since it's still music. But like I'm guessing in terms of like act, and I'm guessing like that's still an act, that's still a job. So and then I'm assuming being independent musician is just like from streaming or whatever. So I don't think being an independent musician is enough because I think everyone, because no, not I think, everyone I know that's in the industry is either working, I mean, or is working a second job or doing something else that isn't related to their own like passion project, unless you're as big as someone as like Jay-Z or Beyonce. And and I guess um it helped me since I could make doing that sort of those sort of jobs. They've helped me since I could make the music I want without really caring about the commercial success of stuff. I could keep my artistic integrity without like worrying about it failing or whatever since I'm already earning on the side from it.
So your second job is also related to music,
Yes.
and you haven't done any other jobs like maybe
Like
like
corporate.
yes, like fast
No.
food or anything like that.
No, I have not.
So then I guess you could say that being in the music industry is also like it can provide financially, like
Oh,
other
for
than
sure.
being an independent musician.
For sure, yes. There's a lot of other in between jobs like mixing, mastering, recording, producing, all of that. A lot. So there's definitely ways to earn money in there.
Would you so like maybe can you provide us an example of like how much money you've made in producing and then versus like how much money you've made in being an independent musician? You don't have to get specific. You can like maybe give a percentage of like
A ballpark.
60% of my money is from producing and then like 30% is from being an independent musician.
Okay. So I guess about at this point 95% of my money comes from like producing and songwriting for other artists or other like purposes. And I guess like 5% is from my own like streaming royalties and music and all of that.
That's from Spotify.
Yes. Spotify, Apple Music, just all of it. Yeah.
So when it comes to like the other like entrepreneurial aspects of being an independent musician, like selling yourself, selling your brand, and investing in your own music, how would you comment on that entrepreneurial aspect, the business side versus the artistic side of just creating good music?
How would I comment on that? It's hard. I don't Me personally, I do not like marketing myself. I prefer to just be in the in the background of whatever. I don't like being perceived by people. I'd rather just stay in the background of whatever. But you definitely have to do it if you want to get your music out there.
Do you want to
It's
make a name for yourself?
Hmm?
Do you want to make a name for yourself? Do you want to be like a famous Filipino like OPM musician?
I've always been on the fence of that, but at this point, at least right now, it could change in the future. But now I'm content with just being in the sidelines of things, having my name on credits of other musicians. They're at least my name is being spread around somehow, and people will find me organically. And I don't really, and I guess right now I don't really plan on being like anything big or whatever. I just like helping with music and whatever.
Okay, so thank you for the time. We've made it to the end of the questionnaire.
Thank you.
Since we're going to be making a documentary about this, is there
Mhm.
anything that you would want to say to the people that will be watching?
Just make good music. Keep making good music. Don't care what people say. Make whatever you want to do. That's it. Really.
Okay, thank you for that very much. Is there anything that the rest of the group would like to say? Is there none? Okay. Well then, I guess that concludes this interview. Thank you. Oh, also, I just want to ask, can we have your
Mhm.
consent to, if you have any recordings of you performing, can we put it in our
Oh,
documentary?
for sure. Yes.
Yes,
I
and
have. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Sorry. You go first.
no, go ahead.
I have a YouTube channel if you guys want to like get clips from that or
Yes,
whatever. I
please.
can,
You can send it to Jelly.
okay.
Thank you. And also, we will be making an animated
I
character.
saw.
Yes. I think you've been informed about that.
Mhm.
So we will be drawing you.
That's really cool. I think that's cool.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
We hope that you like the way that we draw you.
Uh, I will appreciate it either way.
Okay. So thank you. That marks the end. And we hope to keep in touch with you. And we are really looking forward to hearing about your success.
All right. It sounds cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Do I just leave or
Yes. Sorry.
do you guys have other people to interview?
Wala
Sorry,
pa.
I'm just curious. Okay.
If may
Just
marirecommend ka na gusto ma-interview.
I don't know anyone else. Like, yeah, I don't know anyone else really, because like most of the people I know are like out abroad and all. Unless you guys want to talk to some foreigners.
Hindi na kailangan kabitin nyo lang.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know anyone.
Kabitin.
I don't know anyone from Cavite that makes music.
Okay, so again, goodbye again.
See ya. I'll
Thank
be
you.
looking forward to the video and stuff. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Puta na, hindi sila gatekeep, girl!
Si Girly ay... mhm.
Si Girly ay may supportive fan base.
Gado, nakapag-record ka ba? Okay.
Bakit, nakapag-record ka ba?
Hindi ka nakapag-record, no?
No first question. Hindi siya na-record. Like, fuck, hindi ko pala napindot.
Sabi
guys.
na eh. Gusto ko sana tanongin eh, like, na-record mo na ba, Jane?